I wanted to build the complete experience for the Tower of Terror, everything from the line, ride, and exit, and I did more with extra space too, so keep watching if you want to see it all. So at the beginning here, I've got kind of the entrance into the area, and soon after that, there's the entrance to the line. And at the bottom of the tower is the exit of the ride. Of course, there's the Hollywood Tower Hotel sign. It's got some old paint on it. There's a lot of roofing detail. For a lot of the roofing, I used the same technique that's used in the Palace Cinema modular building set with all those cylinder pieces. Looking at the outside details, starting at the bottom, we've got kind of the Twilight Zone intro. So it's got Rod Serling in black and white, E equals MC squared, all the other stuff. And over here we've got the Twilight Zone. On this side I decided to include fifth dimension since that's what it says at the start of the Twilight Zone episodes. At the very front I've got Rod Serling, like he's narrating the Twilight Zone episode. And I also have the black and white Mickey and Minnie from the Steamboat Willie set, just because it's in Disney World and Twilight Zone black and white, so I figured that was pretty good. And there's actually a bathroom right here, so I included that super quickly. You got the lamppost, palm tree, and over here there's the sign for the Hollywood Tower Hotel, and this is where the line starts. So you've got the regular entrance on the left and the fast pass entrance. I included some fast pass scanners, and that line comes around here. I included all the Monster Fighter characters, so you've got all those there, as well as the monsters from Monster Fighters just around here. And the line brings you over here. There's some statues on the left. Both of these you can remove to get a better look. And there's some lights. And on these I got some fans as well. So that line continues around here, and I put some hidden side characters there, and then that goes into the lobby. So now that we've taken a look at all the outside details and the outside portion of the line, it's time to continue on with the line and look at the inside portion of this tower. So a bunch of this can be removed in order to get a closer look inside. So there's this big section right here, this section in front, the roof right above the lobby itself, which is definitely the hardest part to remove, and this last section here, which can also be a little difficult to remove. And with all that taken off, you can get a better look at everything inside, and it also looks like it's pretty much just been taken apart. So now we can continue on with the line by putting the lobby section back in. So here is the lobby. It's easier to see some details from the section removed while it's removed. While the lobby floor is taken off, you can also get a better look at some other parts of the lobby. And while the roof is on, there's this small section you can remove. It's really hard to see through the camera, but there's some lights hanging down there. So this line wraps around and goes into the lobby. There's a lot of details in here. I used some pieces there to make the ropes, the red ropes for the line, and I think that turned out pretty nice. So over here we've got this table with a bunch of stuff, some chairs. On this side, another table. Right down the center, there's the eagle statue, and there's a lot of spider webs around here. Some more luggage, couches, fireplace, and the banner. There's another area right there. And the line comes around here to go into one of the two libraries. Both of them have these statues. And the elevator doors. From the lobby, the line goes right to the library, and we've got these doors here. Just open up normally, and then you're in the library. There's a lot of details in this little space. So I've got the TV right there where the Twilight Zone episode pre-show plays for the Tower of Terror. Globe. A lot of details up there. There's some music sheets. And back here, this opens up to the next part of the line, the boiler room. I just open up that with this right here. You can kind of see an opening there. And that takes you over here to the boiler room. So basically you just come around here. There's some interesting details you can see. A little dark. And eventually get in line to get on the elevator. Once you get to the elevator doors, in this corner right here, I spin that to open up the doors. And from there you can get on the ride. From this crank up here, I'm able to move this first elevator up and down. So just goes up like that. And this takes them to the first ride scene. So the first ride scene takes you to this hallway. There's some lightning at the end, out the window there, and just a bunch of doors. And then using the Pepper's ghost effect here, I turn on a light and makes it appear like there are ghosts there. A little transparent there. And then I turn off the light and it's back to normal. After that, I slide this over and it can get a little jerky, but basically at that point in the ride, it becomes dark and there's stars everywhere and the window comes forward a little bit and shatters. All the stars are glow in the dark there. It's a little hard to tell, but then the elevator moves up to its next stop. All I do is push this to get it off the elevator. I have to raise the elevator up just a little bit after that so that this can start to pass through. And then I can take it the rest of the way. So this brings you through the fifth dimension scene, where you would get onto a second elevator where all the drop sequences would happen, and along the way you would see a bunch of stuff that you would see from like the Twilight Zone intro. Up at the very top of the tower here is where you can move the elevators on both sides up and down. They're both connected so that the other one can be a counterweight. So I can move it up or down. And I can change the speed. It doesn't look the best on the inside here, but you can see both elevators moving. They're both just connected to the same one. So that way you can still see them from the outside. Both. I can open any of these doors up at any time so that you can see the cart moving from the outside. The drop sequence has a lot of different variations, and sometimes you'll see some stuff at the very bottom, well, around the bottom as you're going up and down. And so sometimes you'll see ghosts, so I included those. Or you could see lightning, so that's also there. And then once you reach the bottom, there's another Twilight Zone intro type of thing. And you see some other luggage, some other random stuff. And then you get to the exit door. Similar to the fifth dimension scene, I've got this right here to push it out of the elevator. After that, the elevator goes back up to its starting position, and this back here, which is also connected to that, which is why when that one came over, it reset this. So now this will be resetting that one too, if that makes any sense. And then this just pushes it along there and into that starting elevator, just like that. After it's back in there, it can all start up again back at the entrance. So the entrance and the exit are different spots. They would exit over here, and then the cart continues with no one on it back to the entrance. So let's take a look at everything in the exit now. So you exit right down there, and there can be strollers and wheelchairs. And then you come around here, and that right there is a reference to the episode Little Girl Lost, and it's in the real Tower of Terror, so I figured I'd include it. And as you go down, you can see your pictures up there, and here's some details of that room. And then you continue through the exit to this area. And that leads you into the gift shop. So I've got a bunch of things over here. There's that with a bunch of candy. And on the walls over here, you've got some shelves with different things on both sides. And the gift shop takes you over to the exit. Once you're outside of the gift shop, comes back around here over to the entrance. So we got through the whole experience from the line, ride, and exit. But that's not all. I had some extra space in the tower, so I figured I'd build some Twilight Zone episodes. So starting over here, we've got Living Doll right there. People are alike all over. The mirror. Most of these are on the back of the tower. So these spots, originally I didn't build the wall in here, but then I figured later that it would look better if I just did all the walls from that side. So now you can just remove them and get a better look. So these are the Howling Man, a game of pool. In the very back here where most of them are, at the very bottom we've actually got some references. So I just include some train tracks as a reference to A Stop at Willoughby, and this lamppost right here, which is supposed to be kind of a reference to the monsters I do on Maple Street. So just do quick things there. Over here is the Hitchhiker. Right here is A Thing About Machines, and this car is also from that episode. Then we've got Caesar and Me. And When the Sky Was Opened. 22. A Kind of Stopwatch. The Masks. The Eye of the Beholder. The Dummy. Little Girl Lost. 5 Characters in Search of an Exit. A Nice Place to Visit. Midnight Sun. Time Enough at Last. Oh, Long Distance Call. Elegy. Nightmare as a Child. The Long Morrow. Walking Distance. Third from the Sun. On the sides of the main tower we've got Where Is Everybody? And The Invaders. In the middle of the tower we got Mirror Image. A Stop at Willoughby. Nick of Time. The After Hours. And this one actually takes place on a non-existent 9th floor, so I did it 9 floors up for the Tower of Terror too. A Most Unusual Camera. The Obsolete Man. And 16mm Shrine. And then at the very top, we've got Rod Serling. Also up here I've got this figure because in the window at night you can see a figure there just standing in the window. Thanks for watching that video, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and check out other videos I've got of other rides built in LEGO. Thanks!